I just came on here for a little bit just to talk about. Um, I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to stop talking about what I went through, what I experienced through my abusive uh, relationship, what I go through on a daily basis, how I feel on a daily basis, my thoughts. I'm here to be a blessing and a help to some other woman. Um, I want to let them know, wherever you're listening from, that I care. I know what it's like. I know the feeling, the frustration. I know the failure thoughts, how you think about giving up, how you feel that, what's to use, who cares, nobody cares. I understand. um, I go through days where I ask myself, am I helping anybody? Am I helping a woman? Am I reaching out? My episodes, my live streaming, is it helping a young lady? Um, there's some days, I question that. There's some days that go through my mind, and there's some days where I sit and I think, what's the use? And then I have to grab back in my mind and my deep inner thoughts and say, yes, I'm not giving up. Um, it took me a while to reach out. It took me a while to talk about it. It took me a while to realize that, I could be different. It took me a while. So I understand. I'm not giving up. Um, I'm not going to say, what's the use? I'm not going to say, just don't do it. Because when I first started this podcast, I didn't realize it would be reaching as many women that it has so far reached. I never gave it a thought that, wonder if, nobody listens. I knew that if one person listened, I was happy. Um, if one individual woman would, interview with me, I would be happy. I'm not giving up. I'm too determined. I'm a determined individual. I made up my mind once I started this podcast. I wasn't going to stop. I was going to continue to tell you all the struggles, the disappointments that I went through, and that, there's days where, yes, I struggle. There's days where, yes, I'm sad. There's days, yes, I'm down. There's days, yes, where I say, I don't understand. But then the days come where I say, I got to keep going forward. I got to keep pushing. I got to keep talking. I got to keep explaining my thoughts, my feelings, and yes, my frustrations. Um, Once you get out of an abusive relationship, um, you still have issues. You still have a healing process that you go through. You still, um, have days where you look back at your past and you think, my God, I did, I do. I think about my past, and sometimes I visualize what I went through. Um, and I tell myself, I thank God that I got out. I thank God that it may took me a while before I decided to leave the relationship. But when I did, I had to climb this ladder. And some days I missed a step and I fell, but I got back up. Um, there's more in this, sexual abuse relationship that I didn't tell you about. And when I feel comfortable about telling you that part, I will. because, there's more to the sexual abuse that happened to me that I have yet to talk about. But I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not giving up my podcast. I'm not letting my podcast go. I'm not going to stop doing my podcast. I'm not going to stop doing live streams. I'm not going to stop doing, episodes. I'm not going to stop because I know one day a young lady's going to reach out and say, I just need to talk. And I don't want to be able to say, well, I gave up before it happened. I'm not giving up because I know that young lady's out there. I know that young lady is telling herself, I need to talk. I know that young lady has listened to my podcast. And I'm not forcing no young lady to do an interview with me. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying that, letting you know I'm here whenever you want to talk to me. I'm here. I'm here if you just want to just talk, scream, yell, cry, whatever. I'm here. I'm here to always be in your corner. I'm here to always lift you up. I'm here always to encourage you. I'm here always to say, you could do it. You could make it. I'm here to listen to whatever you say. No judgment. No. No laughing. No talking about you once we're off. No. Mm-mm. I'm that listening ear. I'm that woman that cares so much about single women, hurting single women that are just plain fed up, upset. I'm here for single mothers that's going through, they have children. I raised three and they're grown, and I thank God for that. I thank God that they never seen the abuse. And only way they know about the abuse if they listen to the podcast. Other than that, I never sat down and talked to my children about what I went through. I didn't feel it was appropriate. I didn't feel that it was something that they needed to hear at a young age. And I am so grateful, so thankful that they didn't see it. I am so grateful and so thankful that I didn't give up and I continue to raise my children. You know, I made a decision that I'm going to have my children be happy. I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure they are happy. And with God help, that happened. And like I said, they're grown. And I'm not ashamed if they, listen to the podcast, the episodes. It was a time I was ashamed. It was a time I couldn't talk about it. It was a time I cried all the time about it. It was a time that I hated myself, beat myself up. There was a time that frustration just overwhelmed me. There was a time that I said, I just don't want to live this way anymore. Yes, there was a time I felt that way. There was a time where I did nothing but cry, hated myself, talked about myself, wanted to destroy myself. Couldn't believe that I allowed myself to be in a situation, an abusive situation that I was in. I couldn't believe it. There was times where I said to myself, let someone else raise your children. Just take your life. Yes, I thought that way. But I thank God that He gave me the strength to pull up out of that depression, to pull up out of that thoughts. And every time I looked at my children's face, I said, I need them as well as they need me. And I can't give up. I won't give up. It was a fight. It was a battle going on. I had a war going on in my mind about just letting go. I fought that their battle. I fought them thoughts daily. I fought them until I got to the point where I won. I didn't think about it no more. My thought was getting myself up, lifting myself up, building my self-esteem up because I had to be a better mother, a better person, a better woman, a better individual, a better single parent. I needed my children, and my children needed me. So I understand single women that have children where you go through a battle in your mind, that you have been abused, that you want to give up, and it's just a struggle, and you don't want to live anymore. I understand. I was there, been there, and I know all about that. I am here on this here live stream wanting to explain and wanting to let you know that I understand. I'm not judgmental person. No. And when the time comes that I could tell you more about the sexual abuse, yes, I will. Because I know I'm going to tell you about it. Yes, I will. Women, single women that's been in an abusive relationship, that are in an abusive relationship, hold on. Hold on. You can get out. You can get out. There's an escape route. There's a door to go through. And once you get through it, you can lock it, cement it, close, and never go back. While you get out, you may fall down. You may make mistakes. Don't give up. Don't give up. Because I failed. I made mistakes. And I thank God I didn't give up. I thank God that I pursued to be a better woman, individual, young lady, mother, parent, provider. I am so grateful. I am so thankful. I am so happy that I am able to talk to single women about my struggle, my failure, my frustration, my depression. I am so grateful that I'm able to speak my truth and not hold back, not be afraid, of what people may say. It does not matter. I'm out of it. And I want to bring another young lady out of it. I want to be able to talk to another young lady to help her take the steps to get out of it. I want to let young women, single women, mothers know there's an escape route. Yes, it is. You may be in a dark tunnel right now. If you look straight ahead, don't look down. If you look down, you're not going to see anything. But if you look straight ahead, you'll see a spark of light. Keep going towards that light. I did. It may took me a while, but I kept going. Don't give up. Be determined. No matter how many times you fall, get back up. Be determined because you can make it. You will make it. That's a guarantee. That's a promise. You will make it. I did. I didn't give up. So I'm not going to give up my podcast. I'm not going to give up my live stream. I'm not going to give up talking about my journey. I'm not going to give up, talking about the struggles. I'm not going to give up because I know I am helping some young lady, some single parent. I know I am helping. So that what keeps me going because I know I am helping somebody, some young lady. And I appreciate all those that have been listening and all those that's going to listen. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to tell my story, to explain to you about what I went through in my relationship when I was in an abusive relationship. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share. Thank you for standing by me. Thank you. I appreciate every person that have listened. I thank you. And like always, God loves you, and so do I. Keep going forward. God bless you.